Hey everybody, Grayson here from Poke Profit. Today, I want to talk about something that no one's really discussing in the Pokemon investing space on YouTube, and that is going to be Collector Crypt and just the idea of on-chain ownership and exchange of collectibles. So Collector Crypt, they just passed $1 billion in volume on their platform over the past 18 months. If you guys don't know who Collector Crypt is, what they do, they essentially have a marketplace, if we can hop over to their website here, but they also run gotchas, which are essentially gamified machines. We know about digital rips. I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware of that now. I would really recommend going and watching this interview on X. It was done by Min Dynasty with the CEO and the co-founder of Collector Crypt, and just mind-opening, right, to the possibilities in the TCG space, and something they said around the 35 minute mark. They've done their best month ever. I believe he said was 50 million in revenue from digital rips, and they actually just had their best week ever. I don't know when this interview was recorded. It was uploaded yesterday. So if it was recorded around May 21st, this would be big news. Best week ever, 20 million from people opening packs on the platform. Obviously, a lot of that 1 billion number is going to be coming, I assume, from their marketplace and, goods exchanging hands, but really, really insightful. And I do believe that this is the future. And if you guys look at this graph, does this look like it's going to be slowing down anytime soon? Probably not. And another thing I wanted to point out about the gotcha machines, not only do they have slab ones, they also have sealed product machines, which I think is a big deal. And another thing said in this interview is that if you're using Collector Crypt's gotcha machines the way they were intended, they're actually plus EV, which for some people might seem insane, but you got to remember, these guys essentially have infinite budget. They're buying massive collections right now. If they're buying at 80 to 85%, they can give consumers the opportunity to experience the machines, right? And, get certain products below market value, and then they can make their margin on the buyback as well if they're buying back at 85 or 90%. I'm not exactly sure if it's consistent across the board, but either way, we are now in a situation where if you consider all of the large companies doing this at scale, easily, we're into the hundreds of millions every single month on digital rips, which is just wild. So I'm actually going to be trying to set up an interview with a representative from Collector Crypt, hopefully next week, and bring someone in who can, explain the business better than I can right now. So be on the lookout for that. But this is something I think every sealed investor, collector, you guys should definitely look into this because I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Now, before we go any further, because we are going to talk about specialty set booster bundles to close out the video, if you guys enjoy this type of content, I really appreciate if you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. The goal this year was 20,000. Hopefully we can still get there. I appreciate your guys' support. If you want to work with me too, links in the description, and make sure to go check out TCG Quant. We are live. We just pushed an update yesterday as well to update a lot of the destruction tracker. So most of the pull rates now are looking pretty good. There might be a couple One Piece ones that we ultimately end up adjusting. Again, the issue with One Piece, nobody really has great pull rate data, unfortunately, but the Pokemon stuff's looking good. We've added a few new features as well to help with you guys just visualizing these numbers. So really, really great tool, in my opinion. Link will be in the description. But over the past 2 weeks, when we look at the specialty set booster bundles, every specialty set bundle we track, with the exception of 151, was up over the past 14 days. And over the past 28 days, they're all up, I believe, still. But definitely people are starting to take profits on 151. You're seeing that on TCG Player. At one point, these were up to around $230. We're back down to around $195. When we look at the amount of volume listed below, a 20% move on eBay, it's up 40 to 50% over the past month. Sales volume, I believe, is also coming down a little bit. So I don't expect 151 bundles to be moving anytime soon. In fact, they could continue coming down a little bit in price. That wouldn't shock me. And honestly, across the board, maybe this will be a video for Sunday or next week. a lot of products are starting to pull back just a little bit. If you look at Black Bolt, White Flare ETBs, those were up to 135, 140. They're now back down to around 125. Prismatic, the ETBs were back up to around 180. We're currently sitting around 160, 165 on TCG Player. One thing I do want to point out is that Shrouded Fable booster bundles are still sub $60. I don't think that is going to last much longer. When we look at supply below a 20% move on eBay, there really isn't a ton. They're also selling at a decent pace, so I would not be shocked if these jump above $60 in the short term. The other thing, Black Bolt and White Flare, sure, the ETBs are still pulling back a little bit in price, but booster bundles, they're still selling incredibly well. They're in a range where like maybe they make a move, maybe they don't. We definitely should be keeping an eye on both of these. And just overall, I think I said this the other day, if Black Bolt and White Flare end up getting reprints, I am going to be stacking Black Bolt and White Flare to the ceiling. So I am really big on these sets now. Still not as big as Ascended or Prismatic. I don't think they're ever going to reach those levels, but just the fact that if a reprint comes, you're probably going to be able to get ETBs sub $100. Who knows? Maybe bundles come down to around $40, $50 again. Maybe that's wishful thinking. Some of you guys are probably watching this going, yeah, Grayson, that's never going to happen. But if that situation does arise, I will definitely be building very large positions in those sets. The other thing, Crown Zenith, the booster bundles continuing to just move up slowly, sitting around $193. We know the ETBs now, if we want to come into TCG Quant and look, sitting around $330. Still a really strong long-term hold. If we look at this 8 out of 10 long-term score, the only thing that's really missing is the fact that it's not a cultural milestone, which honestly, that is kind of subjective when we put that in, but you can maybe make an argument the last set with yellow borders, maybe it should be a cultural milestone. The other thing too, chase card value could be a little bit higher, but still, when you look at top 10 value, I mean, $1,400, total set value, $2,600, $2,700. The fact that you now have currently 6 cards over $100 with the Giratina pushing back into the 300s. I mean, it is a legit set. It's fun to open. And even outside those top 10 cards, I mean, 11 through 15, all those cards are over $50. Number 16, the other Pikachu, $51. And then you have tons of cards in the $40 to $20 range, tons in the teens as well. These Galarian Gallery cards, we talked about this earlier on in the week. I think a lot of these could potentially be undervalued still. When you think about putting a silver border on one of these, throwing it in an SVera set or a Mega Block set and calling it an illustration rare, it might be double the price, right? So that's all I'm going to say. The other thing too that I wanted to highlight, Evolving Skies booster boxes are now up to $2,675 on TCG Player. I don't think it's the best window to be buying Evolving Skies booster boxes, but if you look at this set, long-term score, still fairly high, right? So I would definitely recommend holding on to Evolving if you have it. Incredibly deep set, and we've been over this multiple times. I mean, there's really not too much to say here that we haven't already said, but I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention that these booster boxes are continuing to move up slowly on TCG Player, even though I don't think we're going to see a crazy move up to $300. Anything is possible in this market. And at the time of recording, I'm about halfway done the SV plus Mega Specialty ETB update. So if you still have spreadsheet access, or if you have TCG Quant and you want to look at the full analysis, it should be updated later today or tomorrow morning. We're going to get better numbers on Ascended Heroes, which a lot more supply this week below a 20% move, but the box has also moved up in price. So some of that might be new listings. Some of that might just be old listings that are now being captured within that 20% range. Either way, you know, Ascended, it's still going to be a really strong long-term hold. I just don't think you necessarily have to be jumping in to Ascended Heroes right now. I would be looking at things like White Flare. Maybe you want to look at Black Bolt, or of course, everybody's favorite Prismatic Evolutions, which I don't know, man. It just feels like people are sleeping maybe just a little bit on Prismatic Evolutions, still kind of memeing on it. And I understand the SPCs are coming. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be buying those. But we just talked to Retrospecs today. He came in and talked to the mentorship group, which apparently he just sold out of prismatic ETB cases. He had been moving tons of those through his Instagram. I believe he still has loose prismatic ETBs at a decent rate, by the way. If you guys are interested, go check him out on Instagram. But the cases have all moved. So it's only going to be a matter of time before prismatic makes a run back up. But in short, Collector Crypt passing $1 billion in volume in less than 2 years, doing 50 million a month in revenue. 20 million was their best week that they just hit in terms of the digital packs, guys. This space is only getting bigger. It's only becoming more legitimate in the eyes of investors and people with serious money. And I think if you have positions, whether it's slabs, singles, or of course sealed product, you're sitting pretty right now. So I hope you all have a great weekend. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.